Hey, are you tired of this? Yeah, oh man, the old cooler, the wet bag, stuff clanking around, all of that. If you're tired of that, I might have a solution for you. But you, me, and the road trip here are gonna be testing out the Dometic Cooler on my road trip from Charlotte, North Carolina to Denver. So, if you're curious about this cooler, we're gonna dig into it today. Let's take a look. Heyo, Chef Corso, Outdoor Eats. I'm here to put you on the path to amazing meals on your outdoor treks. I am road tripping here, and if you don't know about me, I live and work on the road full time. I've been doing it 3 years. Also, I'm looking this way so I don't kill myself. Hi, I'm still here. I'm here with you. And I've been really intrigued by the Dometic cooler system because it plugs in. You don't have to have a consistent bag of ice to keep your beers cold, your LaCroix cold, or keep your veggies and your meats at safe temperatures. In this video, you and me and the truckers over here are going to take a look at this unit, and what I'm curious about is, how does it plug in? Is that easy? We're gonna look at how long the unit takes to cool down. You can set the temperature, so that's pretty slick, and gonna look at the overall capacity. Also looking at if it does go away from power, then how long does it hold that temperature? So if I go for a run in a park, or if I go on a call or do something else away from my SUV here, will it hold the temperature to be cool and generally safe? What I'm curious on, because what I drive is a Honda CR-V, and I do not have a plug in the back. And I know there's a lot of units out there, a lot of trucks and overlanding rigs that have different power sources in the back that can keep you running through the evening, but I do not have that. So I'm really curious on plugging into a Jackery or a portable power bank and seeing how long and how much power that it really takes in one evening, staying at a hotel or staying at a campsite. And yes, by the way, this is the Outdoor Eats channel. We are going to make something, and we're going to cook something that mostly needs to be cold. So we are going to use some lettuce. Yep, because nobody wants hot lettuce, folks. Nobody wants hot lettuce, or even like lukewarm lettuce. It's just not very good. I want my lettuce cold, I want my lettuce crisp, I want my beers cold, my soda water cold. So that is what we are doing here today in the middle of America. First things first here, folks, even, with my light testing so far, I'm not doing the full meal deal test. This isn't a cooler. This is a small refrigerator. So as you look at the price for this unit and some of the other units that Dometic has, you really need to think about this like a small refrigerator. Be like, oh wow, yeah, okay, a small refrigerator, that makes a little bit more sense than comparing it to a Coleman or even a Yeti or an Orca as far as their price point. So this is a small refrigerator, not a cooler, even though it kind of looks like a cooler and they kind of call it a cooler. Small refrigerator. First up, power. So they give you two cords here. One goes into a standard outlet, and then the second one can go right into your cigarette lighter. Both of these can obviously go into an auxiliary as well, but it can go just plug in right to your inside console for most vehicles these days. So pretty darn easy. And if you do have a plug in the back, that can be great. For me, what I noticed is that for this length of my vehicle, if I have it in the back, the plug didn't reach all the way to my console here, so I just had to move it up closer. But it made it accessible for me if I want to grab something just as I'm going and road tripping in the afternoon. So pretty easy power, pretty easy plug-in, nothing super fancy here. And specifically, this is the unit that we are looking at, and the capacity of this unit is this. Measures just about like this. So it's about the standard length of a normal cooler. It's going to be a little bit taller than some of the other options out there, but overall it's very, very compact and has a really nice locking lid on top, and also a nice work surface as well on the top here, which is good. A couple really good handles on the side, very sturdy, and those also kind of retract down as well so they don't flop around. The cooler is all full of my ingredients, and in the rig and up to temperature, no, down to temperature of where I want. And one thing I really want to test is that since I don't have auxiliary power in this older Honda, is I'm going to plug this into a Jackery portable bank and to see how much juice it takes through the evening. So I'm going to shut off the car, Jackery. Got both plugs plugged in. All right, pop that guy on. So it is at 100%, it's plugged in. Temperature, actually, wow, quite low, 39, 40 degrees. So that is great. And it is about 9 o'clock. And yeah, I'm getting in my tent right now. I kind of want to read my tent. That's what I want to do, lay off me. It is the next morning, and it is about 8 o'clock. So put this in about 9, 8 o'clock, and where are we at? Wow, look at that, 50%. So for some of you, it's a half empty or half full situation. For me, that is promising. And checking our temperature, yeah, still at 41, right at where we set it. So that is promising for a longer time off the grid. And what I would probably do in this situation is plug the Jackery into the car to get a little bit more juice in it. But this could keep food cold, fresh for a while. Cool. I was a little concerned that it was going to take just about 100% of the battery juice, but overall, that's not bad. You may have noticed that I'm not really in Colorado anymore. Yeah, or Charlotte for that matter. It's taken me a couple weeks to film this this review, which frankly I think is a good thing, and it's really allowed me to use it for multiple days, use it for multiple uses, and just really be able to test it out in normal life rather than just one night or two or three nights. So anyway, other things to cover is, so how long does it take to cool down once you plug it in? So if it starts at like 60-ish degrees, how long does it get to your set temperature of 40-ish or whatever you're doing? And surprisingly, it only took like 15 or 20 minutes, which is really, really nice. So one positive with the unit is that when you do have a smaller capacity of space in area, it doesn't take as long to cool it down. So after everything is cold, and let's say I go for a run or I go to the gym or something like that, and I just don't have it plugged in and I don't have power, how long does it hold that temperature that we set? And for me, it wasn't as long as I would have liked, and it probably ranged. There's a lot of factors here as far as ambient temperature of your car, mass of cold things in your cooler. You know, I'm not a scientist, but I do know that thermal mass is a thing. So, you know, bigger cold things stay colder longer and help other things stay cold too. But for me, it probably was about in that hour to 2 hour range where it sort of dipped into a more uncomfortable temperature as far as maybe some food safety or really having some of my beverages get warm. So I was hoping, since it is a cooler and it is insulated, that it held it for a little bit longer than that. But then again, if it was a concern, you just pop it back on and it gets to temperature pretty darn quick. That was something that was a little bit surprising, is I expected it to hold that cool temperature a little bit longer. Other thing to note over the couple weeks here is it was kind of nice not to have to buy ice. You know, ice isn't crazy expensive. It's just kind of annoying every few days to have to go by the gas station or the grocery store and just get a new one in there and dump out the water and all that kind of stuff. So that was nice just to not have to deal with that. And there was no wet mess in the bottom. Wasn't concerned about that. It was all really contained in the unit and pretty darn nice. I think the interesting thing to note is, like, a comparison from a cooler to this small refrigerator is that it sort of looks a little bit small on the inside. But again, the reminder is that when you are using an ice chest cooler, a lot of that capacity and volume is taken up by ice, and that totally makes sense. So you actually don't need as much actual space to hold your stuff. So it holds plenty of cans, it holds multiple jars and vegetables and those type of things. I didn't even fill it up all the way, and I was just doing just fine. Also, in talking to Dometic, they have a very good warranty of 2 years, some really nice customer service. So if anything does go wrong, they're there to help you out through it. So that worked really well. The other negative that I kind of wish they had is that once you turn off the unit, that it has no actual power, the screen goes black and goes dead. And I kind of want to know what temperature it is when an hour in the future without having to turn it back on. And I get it, the screen takes power, that's a factor, but for me it'd be just nice to know like what's happening inside, and if I do need to turn it back on or be concerned with the food safety or the coldness of those ingredients in there. I guess that probably could be mitigated with hooking it up to my phone or the Bluetooth situation, but I didn't do that for this test. I know some of you guys are looking at the price point of almost $1,000 or right around $1,000 for a new cooler or a small refrigerator, being like, no way am I spending that much for that piece of equipment. Totally get it. I would be a little bit concerned as well. The thing that I have really thought about over the last couple of weeks in testing this is that, again, this is a mini refrigerator, and I am doing this many days. If you are just going out for a couple long weekends every year, you probably don't need this unit. You probably just need a very solid cooler. And quick little note on that too is if you are in the market for a new cooler, I highly recommend spending at least a couple $100 or $200 more than just your standard Ozark Trail or Coleman, because the newer construction of coolers is definitely better than those, and it will hold your ice for longer. If you want to fit the bill for a Yeti, go nuts for you. For me, they're just too expensive. For the recipe that we are making here today, we are making a salad, and we are making a Caesar salad. Classic, tasty option. We are making it super road trip friendly and something that anybody can cook up. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I just don't want a sandwich or a burger. I just want some fresh greens and a salad, and this is a great way to be able to have something tasty and fresh, a little bit healthier, and also super quick. So I set up here on the top of the Dometic cooler, got all my ingredients out of here. So I've got a head of romaine lettuce and some garlic powder, salt, a couple mustard packets, a couple mayo packets, some Parmesan cheese, and some baby tomatoes, plus a lemon. What I like to do is I like to make my dressing first in the bottom of the bowl. I'm just making one portion here. You're more than welcome to make it in a separate bowl if you're making it for more people. For one portion, you need 2 mayo packets and 2 mustard packets. What I have today, what I was able to provision along the road, is French's and deli mustard. If you can find Dijon, that is the winner. It's a little bit hard to find sometimes. You add a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of salt. You're also more than welcome to add a little bit of ground black pepper. It'd be really nice too. Next, add the juice of about a half a lemon. If you're making a larger batch, add more lemon. I like using real Parmesan cheese. If you have to, you can use the powdery Kraft stuff, but it's not gonna taste that good. So you can get the ones that it's a block, you can get the stuff that's shredded already or shaved, stuff from Costco, all that's fine, but just please get some real Parmesan. I like to add it right to the dressing, just easier, mix it up, you can easily put it on top. If you don't want to pack any of these Parmesan options, you can also pack these Parmesan crisps that are lightweight and really tasty as well. Gives you a little bit of crunch. So mix that all up, and it's really helpful if you can let this sit for at least 10 minutes, but half hour is best. Why? Because these dry spices need to all get in there and get happy. Then just chop up your romaine or whatever lettuce that you have, throw it on top. I've got a couple baby tomatoes that I like, and mix it up. Really quick and easy. And for this portion for me today, this was a perfect amount of dressing. You can easily add more if you would like some more. Just really quick option for a great road trip salad. And you can even go nuts here. You can throw some extra roasted chicken, some grilled chicken from the night before, or something crunchy. And what I had in the car was some pepitas, pumpkin seeds, and a little bit of French's fried onions. But you could add some nuts, some sunflower seeds, croutons, old bread, you know, whatever you really like. But it was nice to have a little bit of crunch on there. But there you have it. Road trip Caesar salad with condiment packets. Super tasty. So how did this work for my multiple weeks on the road and multiple times with product in, product out, on and off, all of those things? I would give it a thumbs up. I think the positives with this unit is the construction is really sturdy. It's very compact. Also, the top was a really nice work surface. You just need to make sure you pull your ingredients out of your cooler before you start chopping and putting all your things on there. It is really compact. It can sit right in the back of my unit, which isn't super big in the back. And I know for a lot of your pickup trucks or a lot of your other SUVs, easily fit in there. It really easy in and out. So that was really nice. I also really enjoyed the very straightforward dashboard situation to set the temperature, maneuver that around, and it was really easy because like you really don't need a lot of bells and whistles with this. Just like set the temperature, figure it out, and move on. Well, thanks again for coming along for my road trip test of this Dometic cooler. Definitely fun to be able to test out something new on the road, see how it works, and see if it can fit for my lifestyle or can fit for your lifestyle. But get out there, cook something amazing somewhere awesome, wherever it is. Road trip, campsite, backyard, picnic, whatever. Boca Boca.